I knocked my dog out today. We went kayaking. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but it was so fun. So she's been sleep. She literally fell asleep in my lap on the car ride home. She's getting old. She used to be able to do that, and then she'd play when we come back. Now she's old.
Very relatable. Looks good. So usually we wait like a minute or two. We let people hop in, but for anyone,
does this go like live?
It's live right now. So if anyone's on the Instagram, they're watching us talk.
I had no idea.
And then I'm gonna record it.
Instagram people.
So we usually wait a couple minutes and let people in. So, but if anyone's here now, we've got Alyssa Condell, who's Timber Creek class of 2017, one of the most accomplished South Jersey runners from that time, and we've got her coaches Kevin Cuneo and Chris Grottini. So we're going to talk a little bit about Alyssa's high school career and focusing in on her junior year indoor season, where she made huge strides from sectionals to states and MOC. Ended up finishing 5th, I believe. Huge race. So at some point we're going to get there. And then at the end, we're going to play a new Leeway game and see who knows Alyssa the best.
I'm going to put it against you guys, too.
My money's on Grow.
Nah, I doubt it.
I didn't look at the answers. Question. I haven't looked at the answers yet, but I assume Alyssa's.
Oh.
It's awesome.
There goes Pat.
We're like the Progressive commercial now.
Should we just do our own interview? Is that?
Yeah, we don't need him.
There he is. Oh, there he is.
All right.
This is going to happen. I don't know why.
Mr. Donnelly.
This is going to happen.
3 people recording this.
Is he there?
So.
He went frozen again.
Well, would you like to ask the questions?
Is it? Does it still like go on to Instagram?
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know. Okay, well, he normally starts off by asking about what are like the bigger meets of your high school career, Alyssa. So he said that he wanted to talk about the transition of what season?
Oh, junior year.
Okay. So start by explaining, I guess, like your junior year and kind of like the expectations that you had going into it and kind of how it progressed to your senior year.
All right. I guess so. I had a good sophomore year, I guess. I ended at the Group 3 state meet. I ran, I think it was 10:52. So when I got into my junior year, it was mostly like I had pretty big expectations because now I felt like a big dog in New Jersey, and so that summer of training was definitely a lot different than the last 2 years, because the last 2 years was just like, all right, get fit, like let's try and run fast, because I wasn't really running that fast. And so after that, it was pretty much going into my junior year. I was like, wow, I can actually like compete at Meet of Champs instead of just like, let's see if we can make it there. Because honestly, it was a miracle that I even made it there. And so we went into my junior year summer, and we definitely upped up the mileage a little bit. I've always been a bit of a higher mileage person. And I mean, the workouts stay the same pretty much, but faster paces, because now I can run a bit faster. But so I don't know. It's hard when it's 4 years ago.
Would you remember what happened your cross country of your junior year? Because I think Grow does.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. I sprained my ankle in August. It was really bad that I couldn't walk for like 2 weeks at least, and then so my first race back was Camden County Champions.
Was the Olympic conference meet?
Yeah, that's it. Not Camden. You're right.
Yeah, because we raced at Timber Creek Park.
Yeah.
And we were like, you know what?
It was still a GCC.
I think your
Oh.
junior, you're talking about the county meet,
Yeah.
and
Sorry.
it was kind of tough footing, whereas some people like to go, it's dangerous back there, but it's not. Then we thought, it'll just be better. We'll get an extra weekend, and so you ended up debuting at the conference meet.
Yeah, I did all right. First race back is always the hardest.
How many races did you run that season? That's your trivia question.
4.
Yep, 4 races.
So
We're talking junior year, right?
yeah, this is
cross
junior
country.
year cross country.
Only 4.
Yeah, and the last one's the best one.
Yes.
So I started off in the first race. Always it's like you're going pretty slow for what you can do, and it just hurts like heck, and you just got to get through the first race. Then we came back for sectionals, and I mean, Elsa Aldridge was in my conference, so for cross country, it was kind of like just get second. So I got second. I don't remember the time. I tried to look, but I don't have mile split anymore. I'm an old head.
18.6.
So I got second at the sectional meet, and then obviously I then qualified for groups. I don't remember. I think I got 4th at groups.
5th.
5th.
Yeah.
Wow.
1925.
Fourth in the group 3 state championship. You got 5th junior year.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Go
In
on.
the 3rd race of the season.
Okay.
Like you'd been training for like a month.
Yeah, I pretty much started training like late September. I had to take 6 weeks off, which is a little ridiculous for a sprained ankle. I know that now, but at the time it was really bad. And then at Meet of Champions, we were going into the bowl, and I still don't know what I did. I might have stepped on a rock. But my foot was killing me. And I saw it grow when I was getting into the tennis courts. And obviously I was falling way back. And Grow told me, I'll see you at the finish line.
See the finish line.
Oh my God.
I went up to him and I was like, I don't think I can do this. And I didn't tell him that like my foot was hurt. I think he just thought that like I was in pain from the race and was like, get out of here, you're being ridiculous.
Oh,
And,
I'm gonna save that. I'll see the finish line. I like that.
The finish line.
You'll always finish a race if this is your philosophy.
I like that.
So I got down there and I pretty much I couldn't walk again for 2 weeks. My feet and ankles are just not good. So I had to take off from training obviously for a little bit after Meet of Champs.
Oh my
And
God.
I didn't get to go to regionals or anything like that I wanted to do. But yeah, and then we started training back up for the winter, and we always had the philosophy in the winter that we were building up for spring. It wasn't like we never really like prioritized winter. Like it was like a little bump and then like another bump for outdoors. Yeah.
Cool. So it sounds like you had to take a full 6 weeks and then had a pretty good, based off of only a minimal training, pretty good season. And then again had to take another 2 weeks. So then that puts you into like almost January before you can even, because now we're getting into this junior season where like you actually had a really, really great season, but leading up to it was almost like 50% of the last 3 months you didn't really even have that much to do.
No,
So
I didn't
it
do
was
much.
like,
I think it was frustrating for everybody that was involved,
yeah.
because things had gone so well at the end of the previous season, and then we kind of knew that there was this great base that had been put in for the summer, and probably that whole fall, like even though she had to take a lot of time off, I think probably her strength in the base that she had already kind of been putting in, helped her out a great deal. And there were a lot of supportive people also that jumped in to help out to try to keep you healthy in other ways while you couldn't run.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I went to see Dr. Kamenash. This is not sponsored or anything like that. And then we had Mr. A, and they were all really awesome, and they kept me through it. I think also another thing that helped me a lot with that, with being injured, is, and like you had to take a step back from running, and obviously this is only my second year, going into my third year of running ever. Is I started doing more strength training and more core while I was injured because you can't run as much. And I started getting like really strong and stuff like that. Like I was never able to do like core until then. So
That's awesome. Good cross training. Yeah. I mean, clearly something, you guys must have been doing something along the side to have all these injuries. And then all of a sudden we're approaching this indoor season where we're again one of the best kids in the state. That's just so hard to pull off when you've been injured and off of running for so long. So yeah, there must have been something on the outside, cross training and staying strong. Can you talk a little bit about like going into indoor season now? We're talking like maybe once you finally got back to running, and what I guess from your coaches, like expectations must have been kind of shaky coming back from, and you even just mentioned how you focus on the spring and you know that it's a long season. What were your thoughts going into the season that ended up being so good for Alyssa?
So I didn't want her to race at all, and at the time I wasn't completely. I had the head coach at the time was really understanding, but we had a great team, track team, and having Alyssa as a part of that track team just makes it a pretty. Alyssa and her teammate Alexa made it probably one of the most complete girl track teams in the state in that moment. So he wanted to do stuff, we wanted to do stuff, but I was trying to kind of just say, let's wait. She did run state relays. I think you only ran 2 races at state relays.
Yeah, the 1600 and the DMR, and I think they're in the 800 and sprint medley.
Yeah, and then I think we won state relays, but then she only ran 1 additional race before sectionals after that, and we just worked on just as much base training as we could. And then, like Alyssa said, and this isn't anything that was particular to her, but this is kind of how we always do it. There's no big peak. We're not doing I might be a little bit different with how I approach it now with some of the kids, but at the time, and mostly still, we kind of just have a mini peak, and we don't get real aggressive. She did 1 repetition workout that winter, just 1. Maybe 3 VO2 max workouts that entire winter. And so, yeah, that's why this whole thing, the way it played out at the end of that season, was just remarkable to me and stood out to me as one of the more improbable things that she did in high school.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a good day. But yeah, like you said, when you come back from injury, and I feel like most people experience this, you just feel a little bit down. Not down, but you don't know how fast you can really run, and when you do stuff, you don't feel as confident as when I was in obviously my peak performance. Obviously, so you just, I don't know, when you try and do workouts and stuff, it's a little bit mentally challenging because you feel like you've had a setback, but sometimes also injuries can be helpful and a rest for your body, I guess. Maybe I needed it. I don't really know. Probably not, but I think, no, it's just, I think it's just, it was easy to, sorry, it showed me how quickly running can be taken away from me. And at the time, running was running was my everything. It still kind of is. But at that time, running was everything to me. And when it's taken away from you, you realize how quickly it is. And when you start building back up, you start appreciating it a lot more. You look forward to workouts, and you look forward to being able to gain fitness because you just get to appreciate that this can be taken away, and you don't know when it's not going to happen anymore. So, so yeah, like Cuneo said, we did like a lot of progression runs, threshold workouts, very like tempo based. And then when we started getting closer to workouts is when we do like VO2 max and the faster stuff. I don't really like faster stuff, but we had to do it anyway. And so sectionals that year I didn't do that great. I ran pretty. It was like 11:30, I think. I don't even know. I think I got me second, didn't it?
It
Because it
did.
was like Alyssa Aldridge, and then
There you go.
yeah,
In that circle
I
all
was
the
pretty
way back
good.
there.
That's you getting lapped at sectionals.
Yeah, I did really bad.
I got really confused. I was like, wait, what happened to my screen?
I wasn't ready for that.
Yes, I'm ready for these interviews to let's just drag our athletes. Alyssa got lapped.
I did. I think Alexa Weber was there too. I used to race her, and
You
yeah,
ran
no, that wasn't my best. And like I said, you feel very like unconfident in your not confident in your workouts and your races. So when I got back to the 3200, which I think that was my first 3200 of the indoor season, it's mentally tough to do 16 laps around the bubble.
Yeah.
And
So
then
yeah, before we get to groups, I just recapping. It sounds like what what Cuneo was saying was just like kind of very light. We didn't do a lot of speed work, and which I think speaks a lot to maybe like your coaches writing really great training and know what they're doing, but also speaks to Alyssa's ability, who's can just kind of power through maybe having a really short season, and then we're still like building to try to put something good together. And like you said in the beginning, like for the team, which is a really powerful thing. When we've done these interviews, we've talked to some 4x8 teams, we've talked to some cross country teams where it's like sometimes, and I think like I'm learning about Alyssa's season 2, where I'm just like, how did she run so well at the end of the season off of such little things? And maybe part of it is like, you're doing it for your team. Like, you're going to be you just won state relays. So, you're one of the best teams in the section. Maybe you can power through and just help your team, and probably felt the same way at groups. And then maybe even going forward,
yeah, I have to definitely Timber Creek, running for Timber Creek was probably one of my best experiences ever. I mean, obviously Penn also wins Ivy League championships and stuff, but it is very fun to be on a winning team, and us and Winslow always had like a huge rivalry, and they were a really, really good sprinting team, and we had really good sprinters too, but their sprinters are just a top tier team. So when it comes to like the distance event, that's where we got like our extra points onto Winslow. So I knew that every time that I raced at sectionals or like groups or something like that, I knew I had to get like the most amount of points that our team could possibly get so that we could possibly beat Winslow.
That's awesome.
It had to at least be part of it, because I wasn't so confident in our training being all that great when she ran 11:29. So I was like, oh man, what did I do? What did we do? So.
Wow.
But I think it says a lot though about like an athlete's ability to bounce back, and maybe having like that team mentality. It helps take the focus off of you, and it puts the mentality to take care of the team. So you kind of have a little extra sense of responsibility to it. And then maybe as you get later in the season, as some of that team stuff starts to wither away, because things are becoming more individualized maybe as you head into a meet of champions or something like that. And you start to realize that, wait a minute, I did just do some good work, and maybe you weren't able to do the work in training, but you end up with a couple good race experiences, and just getting your feet wet again. But you kind of go, I think I can jump back into this. And maybe it's not at the level that you want to be, but you kind of start to throw a little caution to the wind sometimes when the gun goes off. You're like, this does mean something to me, and you want to make the most out of each chance you get to lace them up. And I think she was always pretty smart about things like that, in realizing that there's a big picture to everything, and I think the dialogue that the three of us had frequently about what's your training going to look like and what are the goals going to look like, I think helped us not focus so much on the short term. And fine, 11:29 or 11:30 was like an, oh my gosh, this is horrific kind of moment. And but also just to kind of look at it and go, well, let's trust what we've done, and let's keep going. And she kind of wrapped her arms around that, and just kind of ran with it, literally.
Yeah, Gro used to always tell me that I'm allowed to be upset for 24 hours after a race, and after that, you have to be over with it, and you got to move on. So, I also, on a side note, I used to eat lunch with them too, because we had like a shared time, and then we would go over training, and they would explain why I was doing stuff, and I think that was extremely helpful. So, I used to eat lunch with them almost every day.
Every day.
That's good. Communication back and forth. Athletes want to know. We want to tell you. That's nice. Why you it is. I agree. It's helpful to talk about why you do what. Okay, so all these different things, all these like kind of things that honestly, to me, I never thought about. I was always like training, usually, but you have all these things like Alyssa's ability to be resilient, or you know that the team needs you, or you have kind of all this support from your coaches, and you're kind of just going out there. So we're on from an 11:29 at sectionals. Now you're on to the groups. How are you feeling about that?
So you're a little shaken up. You got laughed by the girl that you thought you could probably stay with for a little while.
And she's still in your group. She's
still in my group.
You're not gonna shake her. She's still there.
With me.
So go on. Sorry.
I don't particularly remember the race. I know that it was better. I think it was like the low 11s.
Yeah, 11:06.
You see now.
So like compared to I ran 10:52 the outdoor season beforehand. So like a low 11, like it's like you're still like kind of okay with it, but you feel still like I'm so out of shape. Like I keep getting injured, and I haven't been able to do the training, and I can't get back to it. And I definitely was feeling frustrated that like I felt like I should be there, like, and I should have been higher. Do you know what place I got? I'm so sorry.
You were fourth.
I was
in
fourth.
that race.
Fourth in the group 3 2-mile indoors. Okay.
Fourth in the group 2 2-mile indoors.
Nothing to be upset about, but
No.
you guys have high standards.
I could also remember though having conversations about not worrying about what you ran the year before. That this is the hand that you've been dealt this year, and this is the moment that you kind of have to take to heart. And it's not as fast as last year, but at the same time, you got to sit there and go, well, this is where I'm at right now, and I just got to do whatever I could do to get out of this, and just find a couple seconds here and there, just to improve on that part. And having such a big drop, from one race to the next, you kind of go, wow, I wonder where we could go now.
I actually, usually when you see like those big jumps, I'm like, all right, well, that's probably it for the season. Let's get ready
We're done.
Let's get ready for spring, because normally you get one of those big jumps, and maybe you can like duplicate it the next week. But I was wrong, thankfully.
Bro was always really good about, even now I still call him when I'm frustrated with running, of like just being appreciative of like right now and the fitness that you all have right now, because you can't control what has happened, what you've done. And I definitely think that like anyone who's listening to this, that no matter what, like you should appreciate the fitness that you are in right now. And since you said that, I think that's really important. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Now we get to the big race.
Yes. So a big drop from sectionals to groups again, and now we're heading into the biggest meet of the season, where you have all of the best from all the groups. The meet of champions in New Jersey. It's the 3200. We've gone from this whole season has just been like some injuries and time off, and you're doing things for the team and then time off again. And now all of a sudden you find yourself, there's no longer a team score and you're feeling a little healthy, but again, you haven't had that much time behind you. Can you guys, we talked and we thought this was a really huge race for Alyssa, and we'd like to really focus on this one. Can you guys talk, before you even touch the line, Alyssa, like what everyone's expectations were a little bit?
Maintain, like Cuneo said, like we definitely weren't expecting like anything great. We definitely we would sit down and we would look at the mile split. Like obviously times are times, but we'd be pretty realistic of of a race plan of where am I expected in the race. And usually for meted champs, this is my second meted champs. No, third. I'm sorry, third. This is my third meted champs. My first time ever indoors, I think. Yeah. And so we were looking at it, and pretty much we were expecting probably close to 11 minutes or 11 lows. So we're looking at other girls, seeing who's around there and stuff like that. And I think we were kind of middle of the pack. That's where I should kind of be. Obviously play out with the race, but here's the girls who can run 11, and let's try and stay with them.
What was you got into the fast seed, what was your seed? Were you high or low seed?
Seed, I don't know. It was 11:06.
So you got in from that, yeah. So probably a little bit middle to back.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in the fast seed at least. Okay. So expectations were around 11 flat, which would again been 11 to 11:10 would have been middle to back at MOC.
Yeah.
Did the coaches, you guys feel the same way, that it was big pop after a week ago and maybe try to maintain and hold on?
Yeah.
That's what I would have said too to my kid. I'm not just saying.
Kind of what I thought. We did one workout in between, and it's not actually a workout I'd probably do now. I think I've maybe learned a little bit because it's kind of an intense workout and it takes a long time to recover, but I think it gave her confidence, which was just like a old school repetition workout, 400s with 400 recovery. And I remember her doing that workout and being able to run, in the 77 to 78 range most of the way, and feeling a little bit more confident that she would at least break 11 minutes. But yeah, I was just, that's what I was hoping she would break 11 minutes going into it.
Nice. Yeah. So with expectations, once you're on the line, or Alyssa, I know it has been a little while, but do you remember much about the race?
What I remember of the race is definitely halfway through thinking I'm still pretty far up here. Obviously I was expecting middle of the pack, and I'm wow, I'm pretty far up. And I'm pretty sure with 5 laps to go, I even thought that I could win it. And that was a crazy thought, where I could still see the leader. And I remember thinking that I could possibly win this if I keep holding on. Obviously the girls started speeding up with probably 3 laps to go, and I tried to hold on. I was falling back a little bit, and 2 laps to go. This is a 200 meter track. Bro told me that I had to get 5 girls. And he would do this with me in big races a lot, and it's my favorite thing ever. He was very, very realistic, and he always told me how many girls I could get before the finish line. And the last 2 laps, that's all I focused on. Was I don't know, I think it was probably 4. I think he said 4 girls. And the last 2 laps, it's all I focused on was 1 girl in front of me. All right, I got her. All right, let's try and get the next girl. Then that was probably my favorite part. It was just I just kept moving up, and I think Coach Dolan always tells us too, especially in cross country, first half of the race, maintain. If you're not passing girls the second part of the race, you're slowing down. So I think it's the same thing for that race where it gives you so much confidence and you start passing people and you get excited and like you feel like you're following Grove's orders, but that's all I really remember from it. I remember like the last girl that I had to get was within like the last 25 meters. So
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a good 2 laps to go.
It is. It's kind of funny because you see so many kids with like 2 laps to go and they could just get burning. You just see the turnover change and you go, this kid's going to go get everybody. And I think we always thought the opposite with Alyssa. Like, hey, we got 600 meters to go or 800 meters to go. She's got to get moving because it always looked like a stronger stride than it was a fast stride.
Mhm.
And it kind of just plays into her strengths. Like she wasn't going to go out and just sprint by somebody, but if she took the time over a longer haul. And I think it was important that like when Kev would sit there and put a workout together for the day is that it kind of focused on that kind of stuff. And seeing her just kind of be strong over the last 3-4 laps of a race, rather than be that person that, hey, I got 300 meters to go. I'm gone. And you just see somebody gone. That wasn't where she was. So to kind of see it happen, over
ever,
those
not just
laps.
injury-wise, like ever.
I think the best example of that's probably Woodbury Relays, the sprint med.
The 800.
The 800. And we didn't really know that she was going to be able to win the race. It was against, what was the girl? Martin?
I don't remember her name.
Was it Kayla Martin, right? Does that sound right? From Seneca?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that. I thought you were talking about Winslow. Never mind. Yeah, no.
Oh, no, yeah.
Kayla Martin.
She was fast. So I was like, I want you to just sprint the first lap as fast as you can and make her catch you.
Just get away.
If she catches you, then you can outkick her because there's no other way you're going to outkick her. She's just going to beat you. And we got lucky, because it worked that one time. But that's she's a long kicker. So in the 800, she kicks the whole time. That's what it was.
Big kick.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we don't display my 800 time.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. I'm not great at it.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
So.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that sounds like a really cool story, and maybe anyone listening could learn from someone who, like Alyssa, who was kind of hurt and throughout a lot of good summer and fall training, and then had to put her team in her forefront, and then trust coaches and have a great kick and have an awesome. Again, she ended up finishing. Do we say fifth at MSC?
Fifth, yeah.
Fifth at MSC. After getting 4th and 10:49, so
4th,
yeah,
5th, yeah.
5th, 10:49, yeah, and then went on to is still again, just one of Alyssa's great races in high school, and she's now competing at UPenn, and we do want to hear a little bit about competing at UPenn right now and everything you're going on with training and whatnot. We're gonna take a little break from training talk and play the newlywed game, which is something we kind of do. We've been doing with these interviews where we play a fun game. So with the newlywed game, we're going to have a question. It's going to be about Alyssa. So Alyssa's answer is going to be the truth, how Alyssa feels, and then we're going to try to see if Cuneo or Gro knows Alyssa better. So yeah, I did this with my outfit today and I lost. So no shame. I thought I knew him pretty well. I think I lost. So no shame in losing.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while,
yeah. But let's see if at the very least we can see learn a little bit about Alyssa at least, what her favorite things are. So if you guys are ready, I'm going to read off each question. Yep. And then I'm going to ask Alyssa to show the screen her answer. And then I'm going to ask her 2 coaches to do the same, and we'll keep track and see.
All right. Game on, Coach Cuneo.
No, you're going to win.
Okay. The first question we asked was, what is Alyssa's favorite workout? Alyssa?
You want me to answer first?
I want you to answer first.
Okay, I said a progression run.
Okay.
Okay, their faces.
I
Cuneo?
said threshold.
Threshold.
I said hammer in a long run.
That you
Okay.
know, that's very fair because I love hammering long runs.
Hard to pick one.
So Cuneo used to always give us this workout where we start at like 7:30 pace, and then I build down to like 6:20, but then I'd always run like 6 flat, and it was always like, it always made me feel really accomplished to do an 8-mile workout. So
I bet. That's fast. Okay. Cool. I'm awarding you both 0 points, although they were both
thanks.
pretty close because
Good
those
time.
they're all
they
aerobic
both
workouts.
know that I like
Workout
long
type.
stuff.
No points.
No points.
All right. What is Alyssa's least favorite workout?
Cuneo mentioned it earlier.
Ah,
It's a 4x8
specific.
or the 8x400 workout with 400 meters recovery. I hated that.
And yet it was the workout leading up to one of your best seasons.
Like I said, I don't think I would do that. I would have someone do that workout the weekend of Meet a Champs these days, but it worked for Dom before her and then her. So maybe I should, but I
Maybe you
was
should.
about to say, well.
It's working.
I put speed.
I legitimately wrote anything from a 400 on down.
I'm really predictable.
It was
I'll
both.
probably be a marathoner after this, to be fair, so we'll see.
Those are both pretty close. You're being vague. All right, I'm gonna award you both. You both get 1 point. Those
I did write down the 400 part of it, though. I'm just saying.
speed. I'm gonna give speed as well. You both got 1. Although,
Very fair judge.
yeah, trying my best. Trying to be fair. Okay. Alyssa, what is one thing that you always have to do before a big race?
Cuneo, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be really sad if you forgot this. I have to give my watch to my coach. My running watch.
Yes. I shouldn't have, but I did forget that. I just said you
What were our guesses?
say she was nervous.
That's true.
That's what I remember.
She has to calm herself down from being too excited.
Wow.
Those are all three are probably something. It's never just one thing.
So,
I forgot about the watch.
I know, I even started doing it with Coach Goslin this year.
You have to give your watch up.
Yeah, I didn't do it with Dolan, but I started it back up this year. I gave my watch to Coach Goslin.
Okay.
It was kind of annoying now that I think about it.
Well, in high school you cannot wear a watch. Is it the same in college?
Yeah,
You
but
can't.
I can wear a watch. I'm never gonna wear a watch while I race. Maybe unless it's like a road race. That's a bit different. But on the track, no.
What is the point? Like, do you just get like too like in your head about the pace?
Yeah, no, I'm a big Like girl used to take away my watch and stuff, and it's just not good for me. Like even now, like sometimes when I do workouts, I should just leave my watch at home because like I'll look at it and like maybe I'm going uphill and it'll be like, oh, you're going 6:30 pace, and it's like that's fine. I'm going uphill. Like you just need to focus on your effort, and I'm saying that more to myself than everybody else. But I get in my head sometimes when like I have a pace and then I'm not hitting it, and I get so frustrated that I start getting even more off of the pace. So
Okay.
if I didn't have a watch, I'd probably do better workouts.
Yeah, we all need to kind of detach from that a little bit. I think coaches would agree too.
I feel like now it's worse because everything's so digital. Like I remember when I was in high school, they didn't have like the GPS watches. It was just just the timer. So you didn't even know how far you were really going.
Yeah.
I ran 70 miles this week. No, you ran 40.
Yeah.
They're Jerry miles.
Yeah.
Okay. While those were all three of those things are probably something Alyssa did, I'm awarding 0 points because you did not say specifically which.
Great. This is awesome.
So it's 1-1 right now. Alyssa, what is
Yes.
one talent that you have outside of running?
No, you should get this one. I paint a lot.
I thought you were my favorite to win the talent comps.
I know,
so
it's alright.
also
Cuneo's trick shot. It got me.
the Cuneo crew.
I voted for you. For
I
the
voted for
I thought
I think I voted. I'm pretty sure I voted. I always vote for the other person anyway. So
Oh, you guys are weak. You're
Not
soft.
like the guy
I
in
voted for
football.
myself.
I voted for myself too.
drawing.
Okay.
drawing.
Drawing.
Painting.
Artistic.
Oh,
Okay.
Actually, what's it
I
like
even
that now?
drew
I didn't
picture.
finish it, but
I lovely.
Well, that's nice. That's nice, Mr. Cuneo.
I didn't get to finish it yet. But this one's the one I'm working on
Oh my
now.
goodness.
Wow.
Seriously?
Yeah.
that's good.
Thanks.
That's
I'll
crazy.
finish it maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday, actually. If anyone wants to say happy birthday.
Oh,
guess
happy
you know that.
birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
21.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Fun.
Well, fortunately, all the places you could go to celebrate are closed. So
Our club.
Outside. We're going outside.
okay.
Okay. Painting, drawing, artistic. I'm gonna give you both points. I think
2-2.
that counts. So we're 2-2. We're hoping to have someone pull away, but I have to give both points
we
there.
got 2 more or 3 more.
All right.
All right, here we go.
What is Alyssa's favorite food?
Neither one of these are going to get. They're not getting this one. It's a burrito.
No.
No,
Did anyone get it? No.
No, I had no shot. I said peanut butter.
Tough one.
I said pizza.
You know,
Right.
I asked my mom this question. I was like, Mom, what's my favorite food? She did say, I definitely eat more peanut butter than I eat burritos. But I asked my mom, she goes, pizza. And I was like, I like pizza, but I don't think pizza's my favorite. And then her second thing was burritos. And I was like, you're right, woman. That is it.
Just
Okay.
get a half a point since your mom said it.
Sounds like you guys are on the same wavelength at least. I cannot allow points for that though. I don't think you were close. I gotta look at all the answers here. I might see if someone runs away. All right. So it's still 2-2. Okay. What is Alyssa's dream career?
I would like to be either an environmentalist or a wildlife biologist.
Okay. Very nice. How did our coaches do?
I'm pretty close.
I said physiologist.
I said she wants to be somebody that saves the forest.
That's a good one.
I think I gotta get that to grow. I think that's 3-2.
Yeah.
Pretty good. All right, pull up my next question. What's the dream career? Okay, 2 questions ago. If Alyssa could go anywhere in the world right now, where would she go?
Oh my god, wait, 1 second. They're gonna hate this answer. I picked it for them. I said Yosemite. I was gonna write it down, but I don't have room.
Okay, Yosemite.
You say Yosemite? I picked the wrong Y. I said Yellowstone.
Oh,
I said national park. And on my Google form, Pat, you can go check it.
I'm looking at it right now. It did look like you got it. You nailed it. Cuneo says Yosemite.
All right.
And
that
Gro
was
said
good,
Yellowstone.
Gro. Yellowstone. I was really close to Yellowstone in March, but we went to Arches National Park instead.
All right.
But I think the fun fact of I think Yosemite just because I skipped Meet a Champs my senior year to go to
Go to
Yosemite.
Yosemite. No, you didn't.
Not bring that up.
No, you didn't.
How are they
It
related?
was a mistake.
Related?
Meet a Chance was always a Wednesday, okay? It was always a Wednesday. Well, it was the first year that they moved it to a Saturday. And on our schedule, our coaches even messed it up and wrote that it was still Wednesday.
Wait.
Guys.
No.
I'm pretty sure the boys' schedule had the right thing on it. You gotta pick that up with the third coach in this equation.
Yeah.
Ice is on the beach.
Mr. Geisinger is
So
watching right now.
I booked my trip for the Thursday afterwards.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna give that point to Cuneo because he got it on the head.
Oh yeah, you got Yosemite. He's got it.
So we're at 3-3. We're in our last question.
Oh, this is intense.
I agree. Sweaty.
This is the last one.
Okay. Alyssa, who was a camper and is now a counselor, one of our favorite counselors. What is her
Yeah,
favorite
right.
part of Running Works?
I said Ringo.
I love Ringo. I hope he's watching
I
too.
thought about this question for a long time. And this year I even volunteered for bingo drills on my own. So I gotta give it to the man. I like him.
He's doing that 5th year in Glassboro.
Yeah, for real.
I do got eligibility.
Listen, reach out to him because I'm sure he'll find a way to get you to race.
What did you say? The running?
I said running.
That I do. Oh my god! One thing I did like.
I said poking fun at Mr. Cuneo is her favorite part, but that she would say she likes helping younger athletes.
Yeah, I love I do. That honestly, I'm running, like, I wouldn't come back if I didn't like doing that. So, anyone who's watching and has been, like, one of my campers, like, I dearly love you guys all. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
So we tied.
we tied. So
Tied.
factory.
Gosh,
We haven't had a tie yet.
there it is.
There it is.
Okay. Just
So we have a tiebreaker? Or
there's no installed tiebreaker.
you did
There's
not
just-
plan for a tiebreaker, Pat? This possible scenario didn't ever occur to you?
No,
Well, it never occurred to a lot of NFL players either that a game could end in a tie. So
True. Yeah. Was that Donovan?
while I'm not saying anything, I'm quickly in my head thinking what we could do.
I know, I'm trying to think of a question that I could ask them.
It doesn't have to be about running. It could be a random, personal.
Could be about
What's my favorite color?
All right, everyone write it down. Everyone write it down. All right, or
wait a
Bro,
minute,
just-
I'll type it.
yeah, Gro can just say it at the end too.
That's not fair.
You're right, it's not fair. You have to say it first. Yeah. Because we don't trust you. Just kidding.
Oh, I trust Grow. I love Grow.
Nah, don't trust me.
He's a dirty
Okay.
cheater. Don't trust him.
Well,
I got it. I'm ready.
okay.
You feel confident about this one?
This is for all the
Feeling
marbles.
good? Feeling pumped? If you looked at both of the paintings that I've showed, you can probably tell.
Oh, wait. I want to do it. I just want to see if I.
If I know, I've been coaching for 3 years. I know none of my kids' favorite colors.
Bro,
It's a random question.
Wait,
I've always-
Connor Melko's is purple. That's it.
he's writing a book over there.
No, I'm not. I had to figure out what to do.
Wait, ready?
Ready? It's
We got to go
orange.
list first.
Ah,
Ow!
Sam wins!
I typed orange in.
Okay.
I put
You
red.
all did art?
Bro,
was your-
What'd you
Red.
Kitty put?
I
Red?
Red. I did orange.
Okay, tiebreaker.
Ah.
Woo!
I had a feeling that it was orange because even the painting that you did for the talent show, you used orange.
Fun fact for that painting, I didn't even have orange as a color. That is all made orange.
That's so good.
Like
Thanks.
mixing red
I've
and
now
yellow?
bought a lot of oranges. We have tons of oranges. But
I don't understand art.
We have a lot of wall space in our house. We might need an original piece of art.
you got it.
Yeah, it's got a ton of
I
art.
got my cousin Ricky. She just moved to her apartment, so she's my next one. And then I'll make you one.
Yeah, you got to get on Etsy. Sell this stuff.
I got to start selling them.
Maybe. Well,
I'm jobless. If anybody wants to hire me either.
okay. That too. We're not promoting, but Kaminosh, let's get out.
Just saying.
Get Alyssa a job. Yeah. All right. So before we close up, that was really fun. I think it would be nice to hear a little bit about like what Alyssa's doing right now, how much college eligibility you have, and what's training been like, and have you been able to talk to your teammates or your coaches?
Oh, sorry, my dogs just came in. I have to. Mom, I'm on the thing. I'm still on the interview.
She's very important. She has a lot going on right now, Mrs. Condell.
Hi, Mom.
That's fine. Sorry, I have 3 dogs. They're all very little, and we didn't choose to have 3 dogs. I don't have to explain it, but now we have 3 dogs.
Okay.
But yeah, so I have been running for all of my years, besides obviously the last one. So I only have my spring season available. I got hurt last cross, but I tried to run towards the end of the year, so I lost it again. But it's fine because honestly, I really enjoy running for Penn, and I would want to run for Penn as much as I could. You can't 5th year at Penn, so I'm thinking about, I have to start looking into grad schools, because I think I'd at least like to get my master's for sure. So I would like to continue running. Running is still, like I said, running is still probably my favorite thing in the world. So I do it every day. I run crazy amount of mileage. You can follow me on Strava if you really want. Feeling spicy. I'm jobless. I lost 2 internships for coronavirus. So pretty much what makes my days is running. I'm also majoring in biology and minoring in environmental science. So yeah.
But you have another year. You are going into your senior year.
Yeah, so I have my senior year. It's my last year here at Penn, which is really sad. We just had a girl, Nia, who just went pro, which is like, she just announced it today, and that is just so exciting, and I'm so happy for her. But yeah, I have 1 more year left, so I was talking to Cuneo, I'm hoping for another big year. I had anyone who's going to college, just freshman year is just something different. Not that I swear I trained. It did not look like I ever did. So just be patient with yourself. Be kind if you're going to be a freshman in college. Talk good to yourself, and just know that everybody around you is also struggling. So it's not just you. They'll make it out to be that they're doing great. I promise you they're not. And then I had a really big peak of sophomore year, so I got so excited about running again. It's kind of like living my junior year of high school, kind of like that big, like, whoa, kind of a moment. And then I've been struggling with iron issues, so that's been my big dilemma last year. So, but yeah,
Okay.
we're healthy. Doing summer training. This is week 4, I think, with workouts. So I'm really excited to get back to my teammates and train with them eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah, hopefully soon. That's cool.
But
Great.
also, Running Works, you get to meet a lot of people, and I run with a couple of guys that I've met through Running Works right now. Like, there's a small group of us, and they're awesome. So just saying, go to Running Works and meet a ton of runners, and it comes in handy.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, well, can't wait to follow along with that senior year. Yeah, healthy, ready to go, gonna pop off again. Can the coaches of Timber Creek tell us a little bit how you guys are handling heading into the summer and everything?
I don't have anything to add. Right.
Congratulations to Grow for retiring.
Just from coaching. Just for coaching.
Just for coaching.
Okay. But things were in good hands over there with Coach Cuneo. So.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. But Cuneo, I mean, being able to we were just talking earlier about how you're getting ready to go again. So but
I think I made Alyssa will appreciate this. I think I made my most intensive, insane spreadsheet of all time for this summer. It's worth
Oh no.
Every year you think it's going to be, and then he tops it, and then it's more intense.
It's funny because it's like before we got going, you were making fun of my little Post-it notes and stuff. But I mean, these little Post-its were pretty much my workouts and my spreadsheets and stuff my entire career. And then Cuneo shows up at Timber Creek and he's like, "You should try this, man." And I was like, "Nah, I got a 3x5 or a note that I ripped off a notebook. I'm good." And so if you need a spreadsheet made about anything, about how to convert something, he's the guy.
He's your guy.
And this man has every workout from my junior year on in high school. So.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to talk about this as much, but oh my Lord.
This is my training spreadsheet.
Somebody's stealing it from you now, Mr. Cuneo.
I know.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying the spreadsheet's good. These
Uh-huh.
are like the strength stuff.
Yeah. Is there a patent on this yet?
Yeah, there might be.
All right.
Yeah.
There might be. It's
I'm gonna hop on.
Cuneo LLC.
IT.
We started using Strava
Esquire.
for the team because we're distance and it's working out really well. So I would say that's the biggest thing we've done in a positive way this summer. That's going well.
Good. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's been tough for a lot of teams, but the teams that I think it'll be pretty more obvious than usual in the fall, the teams that were able to get things done remotely. So I think we will see more of a divide. So any teams listening, there are South Jersey, there are Jersey teams out there putting in work. So,
Yeah.
They're coming for you.
keep working because these guys are not stopping over at Timber Creek. All right. Well,
I mean,
Hopefully.
well, this was really fun. Alyssa's been a friend of mine for the past year or two. I've known Coney and Grove for the past year or two, but I did not know all this about injury and then, short training and then, things about the team and then things about, just having your coach's support. This was really interesting to me, really fun. I hope, and I think a lot of people will kind of feel the same way. So thanks so much for spending an hour with us and like kind of sharing your thoughts and everything.
Yeah.
Again, these are all Running Work staff, which is the first time we've done an interview like that, but all these people are going to be around trying to help you. With our virtual camp coming up, like we are all doing the most that we can to provide, some talk about track or some information and just trying to keep us all together as a family. So this is
In
not
case you missed our voices.
Yes,
Yeah, here we are.
here we are.
virtual camp's going to be totally awesome, Pat.
Virtual camp is gonna be totally awesome.
It's
You
going to
heard
be
it.
as close to camp as we can possibly make it, including
I'm
running groups
excited.
and all that stuff.
Okay, that sounds great. I think people need that right now, and people are excited about it. So I can't wait to see what happens. More details about that will be coming out, in the next